Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. A couple of things to address before we move on with this episode of the CFC Q&A. First half, the bed's not been made. It's covered in shite. No actual shite, just shite. Reason being that I can't be arsed. I can't be arsed fixing it. And I want this video made. And number two, I know there's not been any videos since the vlog of the Scottish, League Cup semi-final. I've been absolutely busy, up to my fucking knees in uni work. Hope that's a wee bit of understanding there for you and a wee bit of context around why there wasn't kind of like a match review, no match preview for the Dundee game tonight. So it's just a couple of things we wanted to clear before we move on with this video, and people kind of like fill the comments with questions and such as to why I've not been here and as to why my bed's looking a state. Anyway, I mean, talking about the game against Dundee, since I didn't actually get to make a video on it, I guess I can briefly discuss it now. I mean, the time this video is up, the game will probably be kicking off, but I'm confident Celtic will get a very big result. Look, we're looking at playing one of the worst teams in the country right now. They have had a horrid start to the season. They're already on the second manager of the season. Neil McCann was obviously sacked a couple of weeks back, and they have brought in Jim McIntyre, who has had an atrocious start as well, with 2 thumpings in his 2 games so far. Things are not looking good for Dundee, and on the other hand, Celtic have been rampant recently. We have got our form right back. We are back to our absolute best with 3 fantastic results in a row now. A 6-0 win at St Johnstone, a 4-2 win against Hibs, and then destroying the top of the table side Hearts 3-0 at the weekend at Murrayfield. We've got them again this weekend, which we'll have a more in-depth video on. But fantastic results recently. We've been playing really nice football as well. So I've got no concerns for today at Dens Park, or tonight should I say. And I'm confident the team will go and pick up a victory. Anyway, on to the next episode of the CFC Q&A. I'm going to read out the questions any moment now, and we'll get the answers. As always, if you want to get involved, follow the Twitter account at CFCQA118 on Twitter, and post your questions as a reply to the tweet that goes up every week. So let's stop delaying any further and just get right into the video. First question comes from Kevin, who says he thought Sinclair was absolutely class on Sunday. Could this be him getting back to his best? Now, one thing that I said when I was live on CJ's channel on Monday doing the SPFL show is Scott Sinclair's a player who always will and always has had the potential to be, and I've left the TV volume on, to be the absolute best player within the Celtic team. There's no doubt about that. He came in his first season, he won everything he could as an individual and as a team player. He was fantastic, and for the money we spent, we got an absolute bargain of a signing for his first season. Obviously, he's kind of dipped off since, and we've not seen that same Scott Sinclair. He's not hit the heights of what he did in that first season. And really, it probably comes down to a confidence issue. He's just really not had a good run of games to make him continuously play at that level. And now this is a time where he could turn a page and start fresh once again. Hopefully get back into the first team and playing some, really good football. I want that to happen, but will it happen? Could this be him getting back to his best? I hope it is, for the sake of, just being a better team overall when it comes to domestically and European stage. It would be the absolute best result for Celtic, but I think we've seen this so many times over the past year where Sinclair's dipped off. We've not seen much from him, and we've been complaining, and then he has a standout performance, or he does something, he scores a goal, and we say that's it, this will be the turning point for Sinclair. And then he's went back to being shit again. I feel like that's happened quite a few times over the last 12 months. Will it happen again? Hopefully not. Hopefully this time it is genuinely a turn of the book, a turn of the page for Scott Sinclair, and we can see his best football come back out again. But he needs a run in the first team, first 11 players on the park. He needs to be on that team selection every week to get that confidence back. And I believe he has the potential too. It's just a question of will he, won't he? Adam Mitchell asks, realistically, will a treble happen? Well, we've already got 1 foot there out of 3 feet. We are in the League Cup final. We need to win that, and I'm confident we can win against Aberdeen, and obviously I'll talk about that far more when the time comes to that game. Realistically though, I feel like there is a chance of it happening. After the start of this season, things were kind of blown into perspective a little bit more, and we're thinking to ourselves, right, maybe this is the year we don't win the treble. But when it comes to these big games in cup football, the semi-finals and matches that matter, and even the big games within the league, against Rangers and such, we turn it on. We know what to do. We know how to get over the line. And we'll do it in the cup final against Aberdeen. I'm sure we'll win it. The league is realistically going to just pull towards us as time goes on, especially if we beat Hearts this weekend. And it's just a matter of, can we get a run in the Scottish Cup? And realistically, we can, and we will. So I believe a treble is very realistic. It takes one of those performances from a team like Aberdeen, like Rangers, like Hearts, like Hibs to end it all. And if we avoid all those teams, then there's no stopping this whatsoever. But it would take a big performance when we're down and out to put us down and out, really. I believe a treble could happen. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to happen, but realistic chance, of course. Liam Riley asked, does Kouassi Abui have a future at Celtic? I believe not. And it's a shame because we spent so much money on him for a player who we knew so little about. I mean, it was like £3.5, £4 million we spent on Kouassi Abui from Krasnodar, and he came in, there was so much hype around him, and apparently he was seen as the next Scott Brown, and he was still a young guy, but he's just never got into the team, and when he has played, he's never looked special. I think there's been 1 or 2 times where I thought to myself, do you know what, he looks a decent wee player. And then we just get nothing else. We see nothing else. He never gets a run of games. And for the money we've invested in him, you'd expect him to play a lot more than what he has, even off the bench, but he's not. And when he was subbed off in the first half on Sunday against Hearts, I think for me that spelled everything. And we've heard stuff like apparently he's been told he can leave Celtic, he's not got a future at Celtic. And that's exactly, I just don't think he has got a future at Celtic. I think we will see Kouassi Abui finally leave. And the thing is, we're going to miss out money. It's going to be money wasted because we're not going to make anything. He's not done anything to give him a reasonable price tag. We spent £3.5 million of our own money. And unless we start playing him throughout this season and more out of next season, and we see a major development within his play, we're not going to get anything from him. And we're not going to get any money from him. So it's a bit of stupid business. And it's one of those ones that has to kind of make the club question how they go about signing and how we recruit. Because it was a failure of a recruitment, and for that money it should not be happening. A wee bit more of a fun question here, which I like to see every now and then. I like when fun questions like this get posed on the reply section. If there was one Celtic player you could bring back in his prime to play in the current squad today, who would it be? And Jack Kelly says, personally I'd pick Danny McGrain purely because we need a right back and he's one of the best ever. When you look at it in that scenario of what we need right now, I think Danny McGrain is the plain and obvious answer, because a right back is what we need the most. But there's so many. I mean, you could obviously say Henrik Larsson, you could say Jimmy Johnson, you could say Billy McNeil. There's so many players that are so easy to say and obvious to say, and I would like to change it up and say somebody different. But it's so, I mean, to have Henrik Larsson in his prime back at Celtic, it'd do wonders. We would be a European power again. So, I mean, it's hard to ignore the likes of Henrik Larsson, the likes of Jimmy Johnson. Danny McGrain's a fantastic shout. I mean, the likes of me wants to see Georgios Samaras and Artur Boric back in the team. If you're going by needs, then it would have to be a defender like McGrain or McNeil. But if you're going purely by want and purely by firepower, it's Johnson or Larsson. So are they 4 for me. And if I'm going with one, gotta go for Larsson. I think Johnson is the best Celtic player of all time. But Larsson, we've seen what he can do in European football. So, and we've seen what Johnson could do, but in the modern game, we've seen what Henrik Larsson could do. Lewis asks, do you think there needs to be a major upheaval in January? If so, who needs to go? I believe some players should go. I believe some players are wasting some of their money on the wage bill. A few players have changed my mind. I think over the last couple of weeks, Ryan Christie have warmed a little bit more to... I'd like to see him maybe get a few more chances at the club, because I was always under the impression we should just get rid of him. But especially against Hearts, I feel like he's turned my head a little bit, and I'd like to see him get more of a chance at Celtic. But there are players that have to go. Kouassi Abui is one of them we've already spoke about in this video. You got the likes of Marvin Comper in there, Near Baton. There's some players who are just never going to get a game. And they need to go just to free up some wage space and really for the betterment of their careers. So there has got to be players, maybe Majors not the word. We could loan out players as well, some younger guys. But first things first is sign what we need and then think about selling, because I don't feel like our squad's got the current depth right now to risk getting rid of players when you see how many injuries we have picked up over just the last month alone. I feel like an upheaval is not the first thing on the agenda, and rather it being who we sign and who we improve in, what areas we improve in. So Denise says, do you know where Marvin Comper is? No. Kero has a couple of questions. He says, should Scott Bain be given more chances? I feel like as a cup keeper and playing in all the cup games, Betfred Cup, Scottish Cup, I feel like he gets his fair share of chances, because I'm a big fan of Craig Gordon. I've outlined that time after time. I think he's a magnificent shot stopper. But now and then I would like to see Scott Bain get more chances in the league. There's no denying about that, because he's a keeper who deserves a chance and maybe is the future Celtic #1 when Craig Gordon does leave the club. So I would like to see him get more league chances. But as a cup keeper, I feel like that is, you know, decent for the quality of a keeper that he is. And his second question is not Celtic related, but who do you prefer, CJ Novo or Sharp Div? Both wankers, I know. It's a very hard one, but it's of course got to be Div. Because, why would I pick CJ? Final question of the episode, Aidan Connell 7 asks, Christie or Morgan? I feel like when you're judging off current quality, I think Ryan Christie is probably the correct answer. And probably who a majority of people would pick, but I've always had this good feeling since we signed Lewis Morgan that he will be a cracking player, and I want to see him get tons of chances, so I'm kind of swaying more towards Morgan personally. The last game though has made me turn ahead, as I said, to Christie, and want to see him get more chances, and feel like he has got some form of quality there that will help Celtic. But out of the two, personally I'd say Morgan. And that's going to be controversial to a few of you, I know. And that's it for this episode of the CFC Q&A. You know what to do if you have enjoyed the video, to hit like and subscribe, especially the like button. It helps out the channel so much. And hopefully more videos will be back regularly now that essays and such are out the way for uni, which is so good to see. If you have enjoyed, you know what to do. As I've said, I'm just repeating myself now. Let me know your opinions to my opinions in the comments below. That's what I wanted to say. And I'll see you all next time.